Thanks for clicking on for the video blog. This is Storm Talk. Wave 3 meteorologist Brian Good. A lot of us have been suffering from allergies lately. I'm a victim of that. I've been trying not to show that as much as I can for the 3 minutes you see me on TV every day. It's hard because I'll tell you, sometimes that pressure, you know how it is, that sinus pressure is horrible. And when you get fronts coming through like we have now, it definitely does not help any at all. The mold count is my biggest issue, and maybe yours as well, because of the humidity and all the rain we've had. And there's some good news coming our way when it comes to that down the road here. So let's talk about some good news. And to do that, we need to start off with the latest look at the radar. First off, it's a mix of the radar and the satellite, I should say. See these showers here in Indiana? I'm not worried about those because we had this area really impacted by a steady rainfall this morning. We've only seen about 15, 20 minutes of sunlight in this area, and then boom, these thunder showers develop, but they're not going to become severe because the atmosphere is just too worked over. Not concerned about them off to the north. To the south, this area has been untouched from storms until now. You see they're starting to pop at the moment. But this is a situation where the more we analyze the atmosphere from the weather balloons we got in around midday today, at first thought, we would see a better environment for wind fields in our southern counties where we could see a better chance for severe weather. Well, the latest analysis is showing that the wind fields are actually strongest more north and east you go, and the better instability is better down in this area. So they're disjointed. We do not have the two ingredients lining up together to produce more of a severe weather threat. So, having said that, this is a situation where there's not enough wind really produce severe weather, but there is enough instability that a few of them, could reach potential for a warning or two that could get issued. So we'll watch that in our southern counties. The more we get further into the afternoon, the better that chance is going to be, mainly for East Kentucky and heading toward Ohio and West Virginia. But not a major ordeal, just a few downpours to watch out for this afternoon. And then the cold front comes through, and then things do change for us. Here's the latest here on Futurecast. Shows the storms developing later today. The more south and east you are, the better zone you are for instability. But keep in mind, you don't have the winds aloft to produce a major issue for you guys. That's good news. But even with instability, you can get severe weather, certainly with downburst winds, and that's what we're going to watch for later on for today. As we head into tonight, the storms are out here after sunset. Skies clear out, and see that area of gray that expands all over the place, all through Indiana and back into Jasper and Kentucky. That is fog. And it could be locally dense if you pick up rainfall. And it's certainly true across Indiana, but for our Kentucky counties, there's better moisture that's going to get trapped in Kentucky. So if you clear the sky out later tonight, this is the area I'm more concerned about for dense fog for tomorrow morning. So heads up for your morning commute. It's out of here, though, throughout the day. In fact, the models are not too excited about warming us up a whole lot. I think we could hit 90 here in the city, but many of us, I think, will stay in the 80s with lower humidity for Wednesday. So Wednesday is really not going to be a bad day. Same thing for Thursday, although it is going to be hotter on Thursday. I do think we're going to talk about some 90s pushing back into Kentuckiana as we head into Thursday. Around 90 on Friday, but we got another front coming down. And this front is going to come in at a pretty sharp angle here as we head into Friday night and Saturday. More showers and thunderstorms will develop. Sorry about that. More showers and storms will develop. Hopefully this will miss the high school football games Friday afternoon and evening. At this point, I think they will. I think it's going to be mainly Friday night and Saturday for thunderstorm potential. And we'll track that carefully. As it comes through, that's the good news. As that front comes through here, so we're going to heat things up Thursday and Friday, the 90s. For the weekend, though, because of that front, I think we're going to have some 70s and 80s really infiltrate a good chunk of the Ohio Valley in the Northeast. So refreshing air for the end of the weekend and perhaps even into Monday. But it won't last long because the heat is going to try to build back in a hurry as we get into next week. But here's a recent change in the models from yesterday. There is a core, upper-level low, that's developing across areas of Canada. A lot of questions right now on how far. Let me choose a different color so you can see my wand here. There's a little bit of a debate between the GFS and the European model, how much of a depth this core is going to have as we head into the end of the month, or the middle of the month, I should say, around September 11th, 12th, 13th, somewhere in that zone. There's going to be a chance for this core to really dive pretty far to the south near the 15th. I'm going to aim for that. I think these models sometimes go too fast on these cool snaps. So we'll say the 15th of September, there's a risk. Now, the GFS is just giving us a glancing blow from this cool wave for the middle of the month. The European is a little more dramatic with it. We'll watch the trends on that. But if it were to dip as far south as it could, then that would mean highs barely in the 70s, which would be remarkable for at least a few days for the middle of the month. That's good news. I still think the month is going to end up averaging above normal. Those 90-degree days will take care of that. But there is at least some hope, anyway, of some cool snaps trying to work their way in. And we're getting to that time of the year. We're going to see more and more, and then eventually they'll be here to stay. And then it's time to talk about snow. Hope I got your attention there. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back on today at 5, of course, with the latest look at the radar for those storms around Kentucky. And then really the next few days look pretty nice overall and quiet, and I don't think anyone's going to complain about that.